Happy Hope Brew weekend again. We're sticking to this because I want to. Friday, the 13th of September, about 4 p.m. The kids are at football with Georgia. They're not sleeping, killing me, eye bags. Been a kind of cool week in beer and brewing. I've got a lovely Bowden. How do I do that? I see this trick, they put the hand behind, and it's supposed to, you can't see shit, can you? It's the Long Sit Lager by Bowden Brewing. And there we go, look at that. It doesn't know what to do. Anyway, fantastic beer. I was at the, well, it's actually at like the Bowden Cellars, which is right next to the Bowden Brewery. I go there every Tuesday at the moment for the Westset Level 2 in beer. Sorry, just getting me a glass, hold on. Tulip for the lager. Yeah, I'm kind of really liking doing that Westset Level 2. Like, it's been really, I don't know if I've learned a lot, but it's been really good to refresh on a lot of the stuff I've already known, and to get back into like the systematic approach to tasting. That's what Westset calls it. My palate's getting better again. I actually did some judging last Saturday, which was really fun. It was a lot of beers. I was actually working, and I kind of went to judge in between my shifts. Cheers. This is just a fantastic, like, Czech Pilsner style lager. It's got those like bready, white bread, white crust, like wafer cracker, like aromas. That lovely, like, hot bitterness, and just that snap clean finish. Like, yeah, it's a really, really lovely beer. I had a couple of these when I was waiting to go into the course on Tuesday night, and bought me a 4-pack on the way home. It's absolutely fantastic. I hope you're drinking something nice. I hope it's more homebrew, actually. I'm getting ready to do some more brewing. And today, I'm actually going to cold brew some coffee, because part of the whole tasting thing is that on the weekend, it was the ABCSA, the state competition, the South Australian Brewing Competition, SABC, something like that. Amateur Brewing Competition of South Australia. And I got an email during the week that, so I entered 2 of my meads, my 5-year-old mead and my 2-year-old mead. And I got an email saying that one or more of your entries has won a medal, which has awarded me entry into the Australian Amateur Beer Competition, the AABC. So all the winners from the state comps are allowed to enter, all the medalists are allowed to enter into the Australian beer competition. So really interested to see what won. If it's the 2-year-old, great, because I've got more 2-year-old mead. If it's a 5-year-old, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I'm fairly sure that I've got 0 bottles left. That was delicious and went very quickly after well, it aged for 5 years. That's so refreshing. Like, I really hope this is the way we end up going more, is these lagers, even darker lagers and stuff. I really, the Czech dark lager, we brewed at TAFE 6 years ago now, and I've been chasing that high ever since. It was just such a fantastic beer. Like, had all of the flavour profile of a lovely dark, rich beer, but with this lager backbone. On Tuesday we actually had some ESBs, which was fantastic. I think that's like my new favourite kind of style. It was really, 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 really good, especially for this time of year. It was a bit cooler, and yeah. So, been doing some judging again. I've done judging previously, but getting back into it was really good. The the Wesset standard approach to tasting or something like that is a little bit different to the BJCP style of tasting. And I think I prefer the BJCP style of tasting. Got told I did really well doing the judging on the weekend by one of the accredited BJCP judges, which was a really good confidence booster for me. I don't know if he was lying to me or not, but I did feel like I did okay. We were really close in the score. So you give it a score out of 50 based on aroma, mouthfeel, appearance, flavour, and just your impression and stuff. And we got within 3 or 4 points of each beer. So I felt really confident that I was getting that correct. But it was just learning the styles again. So actually tomorrow, which is the 14th of September, I'll find out what won at the show, at the beer competition, and what's going to enter into the Australian, beer competition. So I'm really, really excited, and because of that, I'm actually going to do a tiny little bit of cleaning here. So I'm going to make up some Star San sanitizer, because I'm going to brew some cold brew coffee to make another mead. Let me just fill that up, because I'm sure that's going to be loud. The microphone's kind of, it's supposed to be really good, but I don't know if it is. Oh. So. Absolutely fantastic beer. So sorry, I'm doing a bit of cleaning. So here, I've got too much water. We want about 3 litres. That's okay. And here, I've got my off-brand Star San. And what I'm going to do, it's 1.5 mil of this stuff per litre. So I've got about 3 litres, and the first line is 5 mil. So I go just below that to about 4.5. And then, yeah, that's it. You use barely any of this stuff. It is highly poisonous. So you have to be careful. Make sure it's always sanitized. It's always, you don't touch it until it's heavily diluted. So I always put my water in first, and then I kind of drop the poison in, just so, yeah, I can do that. So the reason I'm sanitizing now is because I have this little jug here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some cold brew coffee. Now, the idea is to make a, this is already clean, I'm just kind of rinsing it out. The idea is to make a coffee mead. I was on Reddit and I saw they made a coffee vanilla bean mead. So they used their measurements, but I'm looking to make about 5 litres of mead, which was the size that they made, and they used cold brew coffee. But now, so they did 1 cup of freshly ground coffee to 2 cups of water. That seems super, super concentrated to me. And the reason that seems so high is because just before I went and ground some fresh coffee, and there is a lot in a cup of a measuring cup, a 1 cup measuring cup. It seems almost too much to me to do one cup of fresh coffee grounds to 2 cups of water. So I'm going to do a 1:3 ratio, which I've also read online is acceptable. So it was 3 pounds of honey, which is 1.2 or 3 kilos of honey, some cold brew, a vanilla bean, and 5 litres worth. I've got some EC118, which is like the last mead yeast. It's not a mead yeast, but it's the last yeast I used for mead. I use that one fairly frequently. It's like this silver packet with purple writing. And I've got to do some more cleaning of some homebrew stuff, because again, I want to do some more beer making. I want to brew I've got a few kits to brew up. I really want to get back into all grain, and I might do like a stovetop soon. But for the meantime, what I'm going to do is some kit and kilos and just see how they go. You know, just get back into brewing slowly. Start doing the brewing the easy way. And I'm just mixing this. I'm going to do it up and down instead of side to side, just because I don't like the way that makes my tummy jiggle. And the only reason I'm doing it in this jar is because the recipe for the cold brew coffee said to let it sit for 48 hours. So this will mean Sunday, or close enough to Sunday, I'll be able to, you know, pour the home brew, the cold brew coffee into the 5 litre demijohn, stir in the water, the honey. I'm a mess. Sorry, I've got to concentrate on one thing at once. I can't do two things. Just trying to get the rest of that out of there. And this is okay to leave Starsen in here, by the way. There we go, sterilised and clean. So the real big thing for me is using really good water. So the fridge that we've got dishes out cold, filtered water, which is amazing. So I'm going to pour that in. Lovely fresh coffee grounds. And next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to top it up with a couple of cups of cold water. And I'll let that steep for 48 hours. And then I'll be ready for, you know, putting a batch of mead on. I'm really enjoying like mead as well, because it's really quite, easy is the wrong word, but it's much more forgiving than beer. In that beer you have to be like perfectly clean, and no, you know, any kind of infection is going to affect it. And I'm sure mead's kind of the same, but it seems to be much more free. You seem to be able to just do what you want, and something will, you know, will work. And you know, younger Chris would have hated mead because of how patient you have to be. But there's something really satisfying for me at the moment in letting something sit for a year, 2 years. Over the past couple of years, I have become a patient person after becoming a father, you know, building a house, trying to finish university. A few things have happened that have really helped me become more of a patient person. And mead is part of that growth, I believe. So here's the last cup, and that's the 1 to 3 ratio I want. And I'm sure 1 to 2 might have been fine, but I don't know if they did it for that, like, because I'm more worried about the caffeine and like really blasting, you know, this mead with an unnecessary amount of coffee. Whereas I want the coffee to be a flavour, but I don't want it to be the main show. And I don't know if that will be the case, you know, in the event that I don't dial it down with that extra little bit of, maybe I'm just going to shake this, if I don't dial it down with that extra little bit of, I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure that's not how you do that. But regardless, I'm going to let that sit there. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. That looks like a really strong cold brew. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not certain that that's the way I want that to be and look and the strength. But we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I've got my cold brew. I'm going to get a vanilla bean. I'm going to get 1 point something kilos of honey, and I'm just going to mix it up. And hopefully I'm going to do that in 2 days. So on the 15th. So on the 14th, which is tomorrow, I'm going to be finding out what happened to my meads and getting my feedback. So I'll can't wait to report back on that. On the Sunday, I plan on doing the mead. So maybe I'll try to do another homebrew weekend and see if we can't get more of these rolling. Other than the wet set too, as well, because of my, I did well judging as far as I can tell from the people. So from the judges that were there. So part of that is I have signed up to do BJCP judge training. I tried it a couple of years ago. It was insanely difficult, but I've also come a long way with beer and beer theory and beer education and beer tasting. So I'm hoping that this time around it isn't as insanely hard, and hopefully I've learned a bit more and I'm able to hopefully pass. And I know there's different ranks, but all I really want is to get that BJCP judge certification. I think that's the lowest you can get, is you're certified. So yeah, I'm going to start doing that. Other than that, keg's almost empty of the Fresh Work Kit American IPA. I can't wait to start brewing again. Again, I'm going to do some kits, going to make some mead, hoping to get the boys round at some stage and maybe even get a podcast going. They all seem to be keen, it's just finding time. But yeah, I think I've done enough rambling for today. I will enjoy this beer in my quiet home for a little while, and we'll see you on the next one. So yeah, hope you brew something good this weekend, hope you drink some good beer, hope you drink some good home brew, and I will see you next time. Cheers. I was going to scull that, but I'm not going to.